We asked Reddit what plugin they always wanted but doesn't actually exist yet. The post got a lot of views and around 170 comments. Hi, I'm Leo from Artists in DSP. In this video, I'll take the 6 most upvoted ideas and judge them using only 3 criteria: originality, feasibility, and reach. Originality because we don't want to build something that already exists. Feasibility because ideas are cheap, but actually shipping a plugin is not. And reach because if we are going to build something, we want it to be useful for more than 5 people. At the end of this process, we're not just picking a winner for fun, we're going to take the 2 highest rated ideas and actually turn them into a real audio plugin. Also keep in mind that this rating was based on our team's goal, constraints and directions. It's our perspective, not an absolute truth. So the first idea comes from the user The Jules. It's about creating a reverse reverb effect using ARA. ARA stands for Audio Random Access. It allows a plugin to access the entire audio file directly instead of reacting only in real time. The idea itself is great. A reverse reverb without bouncing and reversing the audio would be amazing for the workflow. The problem is the feasibility, because ARA support is inconsistent across DAWs and there are full of edge cases and it's very expensive to maintain. So in the end, this feels more like a DAW feature and unfortunately, we had to rule it out. Let's give it creativity an 8, feasibility a 3 and reach a 6. Let's go to the second idea. This idea comes from the user LipRecon. The idea is very simple. A tiny fade in every time you press play. This helps to avoid this ear fatiguing transients, and it's a real problem. I personally relate to it, but technically, most plugin format can't reliably detect where the transport starts. So that means it would only work in some DAWs, which again makes it more of a DAW feature than a proper plugin. So to give it a rating, I would rate it for creativity a 5 and for feasibility a 4 and reach, if it would overcome all those problems, a 7. Let's go to the third idea. The third idea is an industry standard sample manager. People want something fast, clean, without ads, subscriptions or bugs. So this is feasible actually, but it is not original. The bigger issue is scope, indexing, tagging, OS integration and also constant maintenance. It quickly becomes a full product platform rather than a plugin or a focused instrument or something you can play with. So for creativity, let's give it a 2, feasibility a 7, and for reach a 8. The next plugin is a vinyl scratch plugin from the user internal14841. This would be a vinyl scratch that is playable and recordable, controlled by mouse or MIDI. So surprisingly, no plugin really nails this. The DSP itself is very doable, but the hard part is really the feel, or the tiny details that you put into it, the inertia, the timing, the gesture recording, and the realism. It's very feasible, but on the user experience side is quite heavy and easy to get wrong. I'll come back to this one later on the end of this video. But for now, let's rate it as creativity a 6, as feasibility a 7, and for reach a 8. Going back to the first user, The Jules, another idea was a MIDI groove weighting plugin. The idea is simple. Instead of randomizing timing and velocity, it would apply an internal weighting system. Pretty much like having a real drummer instead of a humanizing technology that is actually just doing some randomness. And it shouldn't be flashy, shouldn't be humanizing, it should be something musical. This one feels quite original, technically also feasible, and would be definitely worth exploring further. So for creativity, I'll rate it a 7, for feasibility a 5, and as for reach, a 8. So let's come to the last idea that I'll discuss in this video. It's still from the user The Jules. It's a Radiohead style scrubber effect. This is inspired by the vocal sound in Everything Is in Its Right Place, and it's originally made using the Pro Tool Scrub tool. It's very recognizable and original, but also from the target point of view, it's quite a niche. The challenge is recreating that tactile scrub feel, but in real time without latency or awkward controls. Unlike the ARA idea, This one is technically possible using a circular buffer and scrubbing through the recent audio history. For example, you could take the last 4 bars, maybe change it to vinyl mode, granular mode. In short words, a time-based plugin that scrubs through the past buffer. I'll rate it creativity a 7, feasibility 8, and reach 8. All 6 ideas have been rated, and 2 plugins came out on top. The winner is the Real-Time Scrubber with 23 points. Right behind it, with 21 points, is the Vinyl Scratch plugin. What's interesting is that these 2 ideas are different, but closely related. One is more about control over time, the other about feel and performance. And in many ways, they could even live together as a single plugin. These aren't just ideas anymore. I'm already working on a prototype, and it's much farther along than you might expect. Before I show it in the next video though, I want your input. Which parts of these ideas resonate with you? What features would you actually use? Let me know what you think in the comments, because that feedback can directly shape what we build next. Thanks for watching.